It is your best. What's up, gorgeous? It is your entrepreneur best friend, Lena Berry, and this is Levels with Lena, where we discuss all things creativity, mindset, and entrepreneurship. And in today's series, we are going to discuss 7 steps to becoming an entrepreneur. 7 steps that I wish I had known starting out on my entrepreneurial journey. But anyway, we're going to start out with the 7 steps that you need to get started as an entrepreneur in 2022. Let's dive right into them. Step number 1 will consist of 3 steps all in one. These are my very first steps, but they all go together, and it's what I call the 3 Ds. The first D is desire. You have to have a desire, not just I want a desire. It taps into your willpower, and so desire is very strong. It's something that you're going after. You desire it. You're not turning back. So step number 1, you have to desire to become an entrepreneur. Some people just have it. They go all of their working years glazing out of the window saying that I know that there is more. Usually those are the people, they have a desire, but they don't know what that desire is. A lot of times that is a desire to become your own boss, to become an entrepreneur. It's something that's inside of you that just won't go away. It's not one of those things where you think about starting a business today and then you kind of forget all about it for the next 2 months, and then all of a sudden you want to do it again. Desire is something it won't leave you. It just keeps coming back to you. So you have to have a strong desire, I believe, to become an entrepreneur before you become an entrepreneur, if that makes sense. The second D is that you have to make a decision. You have to make a committed decision that you are going to be an entrepreneur and that you're not going to turn back or cower out. And I'm going to tell you that it's going to be very easy to turn back. So starting out, you need to make a committed decision that this I will do. Make a decision that you're going to be an entrepreneur, whether that means you're going to full out and take the leap and leave employment behind, or if that means that you're going to work at it part-time after you get off of work or on the weekends. Whatever it is, you need to make a committed decision that you're going to do it and you're not going to turn back. And so that brings me into the third D, which is discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to be your own boss, right? It sounds good to be I'm my own boss. No one tells me what to do, but that can be a two-sided coin. If you're the type of person that you're used to someone always telling you what to do, what time to show up, what time you can leave, what time you can take a break, then it may be a struggle for you, but you need discipline as an entrepreneur, because there is no one telling you what time to start. There's no one telling you what time to end. There's no one giving you a project deadline. You have to have the self-discipline to take control of yourself, of your business, of your finance, of every aspect of the business. You are truly the boss, and that takes a lot of self-discipline. And so those are my 3 Ds that are all a part of step 1. Now we're going to jump into step number 2. Step number 2 is decide what is it that you're going to offer? What is it that you're going to sell? Is it going to be a product-based business? Is it going to be more of a personal brand where you do things like brand yourself and make yourself fully the face of your business? So you need to decide, what is it that you're going to do? What are you offering? What are you selling? Step number 3. Once you decide, if you decide that you're going to be a product-based business, to go ahead and order a few samples, get a feel for the type of product that you're going to be offering. Get in tune with it, make a connection with it. Right now is the time while you have the samples in your hand, you can start visualizing how you're going to market it and that type of thing. If you're going to be the personal brand, now is the good time to just start writing out how you're going to move forward. Are you going to have a certain image online that you want to uphold? Now is the time to do that. A fourth step is actually one of the hardest for a lot of people, is deciding and narrowing down a business name. I want to give you a few tips right here in step number 4 that's going to help you along the way. Guys, I'm telling you, if you've not made it to this step yet, or if you have, then you'll know that this is this trips a lot of people up, coming up with a name. And the reason why it's one of those things that have a lot of people stuck is because we think of a name that's really cute and really fancy, and then we look it up and someone already has it. So now what? There are more important things than having a cute and fancy business name. Your business name is very, very important, and it's more important than most people realize. First, when you come up with a business name, you want to search and make sure that no one else has that business name. You can Google the name, that's very smart to do, but you want to go to uspto.gov and make a search for that business name. You want to make sure that no one has already trademarked or used that business name, because what a lot of people will do is they'll think of a business name, and even though they haven't created an online presence for the business, they will trademark the name so that when they're ready to use it, it's available. And you don't want to get attached to a business name and start using a business name only to receive a legal letter telling you that you are using someone else's name. So this is going to save you a ton of headache if you go ahead and research the name first and make sure that it's not already in use. The second thing when it comes to a business name is that you don't want a name with a lot of characters, with a lot of letters. You don't want it to be long and extensive and drawn out. And in later videos, we'll get into why. Because when you're starting to build business credit, you want your name to match across all areas. So if you're using tricky names and you're switching out letter substitute, it should be an S, but you're putting a Z. It's okay to do that maybe at the end of the name, but you want to be very clear cut, simple, and short when it comes to a business name, because later down the line, when you start to build up your business and build business credit and build an online presence, you don't want any hassle. So when you're thinking of a business name, I want you to think of businesses. So think of Macy's, Sears, Target, Walmart, McDonald's. They're very simple. They're very simple. Sometimes they're just the last name. I kind of went off on a tangent on that. I apologize. But that's how important that piece is. It's very important. So step number 5, guys, you want to define your audience and your target market. When I say define your audience, will you be offering your product or service to females, to males, to younger, to older? And when I say younger and older, you really need to narrow it down. So are you going to be serving 18 to 25-year-olds, 25-year-olds to 37-year-olds, 37 to 55? Like, you need to get very specific on who it is that you're talking to and who it is that you're going to serve. This is very vital for success in entrepreneurship. Number 6, decide which platform you're going to use to generate sales. We all know that social media is a huge part of entrepreneurship nowadays, a huge part of big business and small business, to decide which platform that you're going to directly target and sell on. There are also platforms like Etsy, Amazon, eBay. Those are all platforms that you can sell on and make quite a bit of money. You need to narrow down which platforms you're going to dominate. Yes, I believe you should be on as many platforms as possible. However, you need to have one that you're really strong at and that you're dominating. So decide which platform that will be for you. Different platforms have a different type of audience. Research and figure out which platform will serve you best for the audience that you are looking for. This is going to bring me to our 7th step for becoming an entrepreneur in 2022. And it's the final step, which makes you really official, and that is to go ahead and register your business. Before you do this step, you do want to make sure that you have a business address. That could be either your home address, a virtual address, or a brick and mortar. I do not recommend the home address option. And Google your local Secretary of State. You're going to register your business name. The fees vary. It's really not expensive. So you're going to go ahead and register your business, and now you're all set. Your business is official and you're ready to take off and go to the next level of entrepreneurship. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. If these tips have been helpful for you, let me know in the comment section. Also, guys, do me a huge favor and go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll be sure to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.